These girls love the boy. These girls love the boy. They love the boy. These girls love the boy. These girls love the boy. They love the boy. These girls love the boy. These girls love the boy. They love the boy.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Mark, and I'm back with another video. And I want you guys to use your imagination for a second with me. It's May 2018, so it's prom season. So imagine you're a 22-year-old young black man, and you're taking your younger sister to her prom, and you're in Warsaw, North Carolina, and you feel like you're doing a justifiable thing by taking your younger sister to her prom. And after the prom, you guys go to your local Waffle House because you guys are hungry, because that may be the only thing that may be left open for you guys to eat. And you get into a little altercation, maybe a disagreement with one of the employees, and then this clip that you guys are about to see happens. Law enforcement happens. What you are about to see is a very graphic video, and I apologized for the graphic nature, but I believe it needs to be said, and I believe this message needs to be shared. So I'm going to insert this clip now and let you guys watch it, and I'll be back with my commentary. Here it goes.
You don't slam me on the fucking window.
He's not supposed to be doing
Get
that.
off of me.
I'm glad I'm recording this. He's not supposed to be doing that. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me. Get your
not
supervisor out here and get your
He's
hands
not
off me.
supposed to be doing that.
Get your supervisor out here and get your hands off me.
He's not supposed to be putting his hands
And I don't know about you guys, but when I reflect upon that video, it makes me think, is the black man almost going to become extinct within America? It's so hard to digest, but it's something that we have to grapple with as black men every day, and even black women when they're raising their black sons. Because I know that there are so many black women around this country who are just afraid to raise black sons because of this particular incident that can happen to one of their boys. I know for me personally, I'm afraid to raise a black son. I'm afraid for myself because I don't know if this can be me next. I don't know if this can be one of my black friends next. I don't know if this can be one of my black male friends next. This can be one of my black female friends next. Our melanin, our blackness is always weaponized. It's demonized, and it has to come to a stop. When law enforcement are put into our communities to protect and serve us, they automatically deem us as criminals, and we never understand why. Why, as opposed to our white counterparts, they don't see us in the same light? Is it because we are too animal, too black to be human? Do they feel like we are subhuman? Because this stems back to Jim Crow. This stems back to slavery. This stems back to a birth of a nation. It was in Childish Gambino's This Is America video with all the racial symbolism and undertones that he used within that video. When I think of the plight of the black man, I equate the plight of the black man, and this can be for the black woman as well, that we can equate to the king piece in chess. We always have to be guarded. We always have to be protected. We always have to be on a defense because we're constantly under attack in our communities, wherever we are, by law enforcement and people who are in positions of power, because they abuse that power and they do the things that we just witnessed in this clip. And I'm about to get real for a second. And in my last video that I did, I had a few trolls that sat there and wanted to thumbs down and make smart comments about the elderly woman who got dragged out of her car. But this needs to be said. There are 52 cards in a deck. But when you get to playing those cards, and you get to playing that game, and you get to calling those cards, nobody wants to play anymore. So I'm about to get real. If we already seen with Dylan Ruth and Thomas Rankin what happened with them. They were carried into custody, and these were mass shooters, and then they were deemed as, having a mental illness. But that person would have been painted with brown or black skin, and they would have been in the same predicament as this young man. Or they could be George Stennis Jr., the youngest black boy who was executed falsely. He was falsely accused for raping 2 white girls and killing them. He was the youngest black boy to be put to death in the electric chair. He could be that. He could be him. He could be Malice Green. He could be Emmett Till. He could be Medgar Evers. He could be Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He could be Eric Gardner, who also in 2016 sat there and said, "I cannot breathe. Can you please loosen the grip? Can you get your supervisor?" He called for the same assistance and never received that aid. He was never allotted the opportunity, and now where is he? He's underground. Somebody lost a father, an uncle, a brother, a grandfather. And what are you supposed to sit there and tell your future kids, your future's kids, what happened to their father? That they died at the hands of law enforcement, as somebody that we're taught since a very young age, who are supposed to be put in our communities to protect and serve us as people. And now the police wonder why there are so much distrust within our communities. But please remember when you look at this clip that this person could ultimately be you next. So we must take a stand against this injustice, because people can sit there and say, "Oh, this may not be me, but I don't dress like this all the time." And you see how this young man was dressed. He had on a suit pants and a nice top, taking his sister to prom. And I dress always in a tie and dress pants. And that can be me next. It doesn't matter, because we already seen what happened with the young lady who was a graduate student at Yale, who was victimized just because of the color of her skin and asking did she belong where she was. We already seen what happened in Oakland, California with the young man who was barbecuing. We seen what happened with the young women in the Airbnb when they were leaving. They were falsely accused of burglarizing and had the cops called on them. We seen what happened to the young men at Starbucks. And time again, who knows who's going to get the police called on them next. And we may not be as fortunate as this young man to make it out alive. So we have to share this message, and we have to show that we aren't going to take this, and we have to band together, because this is 2018 and we're not our ancestors. We refuse to live like this, and we are not going to stand for it no more. Because like I said again, this could be you. This could be Freddie Gray. This could be Mike Brown. It could be all of the names I mentioned above. But just make sure it's not you. So again, just be careful, whoever you are watching this video right now, and don't let this be you. Because for some reason, our law enforcement think they have the green light to become WWE and MMA fighters and slam people to the ground and almost choke them to oblivion to the point where they can't breathe. And I'm sorry I had to get heavy on this topic, but it needed to be said. And I hope you guys remember to please give me a thumbs up, because that's always a big help. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell me what you guys' thoughts are on this video clip in the comments below. Please let me know how you feel about this clip. I already know how I feel. I'm very disgusted, because I don't even know if I can even trust law enforcement anymore because of this situation. It makes me want to sit there and give them the side eye every time I run. And I don't know about you guys, but I know for me personally, I tense up anytime I see a police officer. Anyhow, I didn't want this video to be that long, but I just wanted to bring you guys this and to show you why black people are revolting the way that they are, and why they are taking a stand for the way that they are being treated because of situations from this clip. We are not going to be treated like this any longer. So with that, as I always say, stay awesome, be awesome, you are awesome. This is Mark, and I'm signing off. Deuces.